It's a snow day here in Alaska. School was canceled, so I figured today was the perfect day to get some maintenance done on my freeze dryer. The kids are always excited when they get a surprise day off of school. We had a big snowstorm come in yesterday. I think we got about 8 to 10 inches of snow. It was a lot all at once, and so the schools have to be closed if they can't get the roads plowed in time for the kids to get safely to school. If you want to know what it looks like on a snowy day in Anchorage, here's some footage. When I talk to some people who are interested in having a freeze dryer for themselves, a lot of them are very worried about the maintenance and what it takes to keep it running and to keep it, working properly for a very long time. And I always try to explain to them that it's very easy to maintain these machines. I've had mine for a year. I have not had any problems with it, knock on wood, hoping it stays that way. And I use my freeze dryer a lot. So I definitely think they are easy to maintain. You can do it just yourself. You don't need to have a second person with you to do any of the things that I am going to do when it comes to maintaining the machine. If you saw my last video, you know I was freeze drying raw beef liver in here. So it is definitely time for me to clean my freeze dryer. So on the docket for my maintenance that I am doing with my freeze dryer today, first, I am going to clean the machine. The second thing I need to do is change my oil in my pump. My machine runs the Premier Oil Pump, I believe is the name of it. It's time that I change my oil, so that's number 2. I need to empty my drain bucket here where all the water and stuff drains into. That needs to be emptied. And then the last thing I need to do is update my software. My software has been out of date, I think, for a few months. And so it's time for me to get this updated so that I am running the latest version of software that Harvest Right has on your freeze dryer. So that's my 4th thing, right? 4 things? Okay, let's get to work. The cleaner that I'm using today is this alcohol. I just have it diluted with some water in a dish back here, and I'm gonna use a soft microfiber cloth for cleaning inside the drum and my window. Harvest Right suggests you use non-abrasive cleaners and towels when cleaning your freeze dryer. In the past, I have used a vinegar and water solution as a cleaner, but after hearing some feedback, I have heard that vinegar can be abrasive on your steel drum inside of your freeze dryer. So I'm going this route today. There are multiple ways that you can clean your freeze dryer. People probably have their own preferred methods. This is what I'm gonna go for today and see how it turns out. So the first thing I have to do is take off this rubber gasket seal. It just comes right off of your machine like this. I am gonna clean this also and just wipe it down with the same solution. Stick that there. And then we need to pull out our shelving unit, which is fairly simple. You just need to remember the cord in the back and to unplug it. Oh boy, okay. I don't know if you can see this. I just kind of have it resting on my stomach so I can use 2 hands to unplug. Ugh. As you can see, this little insulating cover on the shelf has come off. I'm not sure if I should try to re-glue it on there or what. I may need to call into Harvest Right to see what I need to do about that. But this thing looks pretty nasty. Time to get scrubbing. Okay. I've got this wiped down. It was very dirty. I've got my drum all wiped down and disinfected. Another important thing to remember to clean is your drain hose. I haven't quite perfected that yet. I know some people will get a tubing thing with a little brush on it that you can stick down and kind of clean the inside of the tube. I don't have one of those yet. I am just going to pour a vinegar water solution into the drain hose itself, just so that it'll at least help disinfect the inside of the tube before I empty my bucket. If you've got a good way for cleaning your drain hose, I'd love to hear what you do. Always love hearing the tips from you guys. I am just gonna let all of this dry for a good 30 minutes. Just before I put everything back together, I want it to get nice and dry. Same with my trays over here. So while that's drying, I am going to make sure all the liquid's out of my drain hose and take my bucket and I just dump it in my bathtub or down the toilet. I did get my bucket all rinsed out with the same alcohol cleanser solution as well. That guy's good to go. I got my drain hose back in there. I think we've completed 2 steps, the cleaning and the, what is this called? The drain bucket. Next, we got to change the oil. I have moved my drain pump up here so that I can access the drain here to remove the oil. One thing to keep in mind when moving your pump is to always keep it level. Don't tilt it or turn it. You want to keep it level. So I am going to just turn my valve so that it's open and the oil is going to pour in. You wait for it to all drain. So this is the oil that I just pulled out of the machine. This is my oil that has already been filtered from the last oil change. So I'm gonna pour the filtered oil into the machine, and then I'm gonna pour this oil into the filter, and we just cycle through it like that. It's actually very easy. You're just gonna fill your oil until it is in between the min and max gauge here. Mine got pretty full, but you can tell that my oil is nice and clear. That's a good thing. So I've got one more thing left on my to-do list, which is to update my software. I'm gonna go get it all downloaded onto my USB thumb drive, and then I'll meet you back here at my freeze dryer to show you how I update the software system. It is very easy. I also have a detailed video explaining how to update your software, which I will tag here also if you want to check that out, more of a step-by-step process on how you update your software. It's pretty easy. Took a little break to get dinner ready for my family, and I checked my email, and Harvest Right has a new deal that is going to start on February 1st, and I'm going to tell you about that just as soon as I get my software updated on my machine. So I went to the Harvest Right website, got to where the software was, got it downloaded on my thumb drive. The directions say to plug your USB drive into your machine while the machine is off. Then you turn it on and it should just start updating. So let's see if it works. Nothing's happening. Hold up. Well, I think I have a problem because nothing is happening here on my screen. So I'm gonna go check that my software did actually download on the thumb drive. Maybe it didn't download. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure this out. Sorry, doesn't always go smoothly, but I'm a problem solver. We're gonna figure this out. I have it plugged into my freeze dryer. It's still just giving me a black screen. I'm gonna leave it for a few minutes, see if anything happens. Remember how I was just saying how easy it is to do all of this maintenance on your freeze dryer, and then boom, I run into a problem here with you guys. So issues arise and I'm working on trying to fix it. My husband thinks maybe my thumb drive was not big enough for the file, but when I downloaded it from my computer, it did not say there was an issue with the size going onto this thumb drive. So I don't know, but my screen is now not turning on at all. Even when I have this out of it, it's not turning on. So I may be having to submit a ticket to Harvest Right to have some help over the phone. My husband is gonna go get a new USB drive to see if maybe that's the issue. and go from there. It is the next day. And as you can see, things have taken a turn for the worse. I am just dying that earlier in my video, I said, I've had my freeze dryer for a whole year and haven't had any issues. And then 2 minutes later, when I tried to update my freeze dryer, it breaks down on me. So here's what's happening. We got on Harvest Right website, found they have a customer service phone number. We called them up and explained the issue that is going on with the freeze dryer. So the customer service rep told us they think that my USB port has been blown or gone bad or something. That's what the issue is. And so what they have done is they set me up an appointment tomorrow in the morning with a technician who is gonna do all the troubleshooting for me over the phone, figure out if that indeed is the problem. If it is, I believe they will be sending me a new part to try and fix it. So I'm kind of stuck in the meantime until that happens. And it's kind of a huge bummer because I live in Alaska and things take forever to ship here. So I'm kind of bummed because that means I'm gonna be without my freeze dryer for a while, possibly. I'm sad. But I thought this was a good opportunity to share my experience on what to do if something goes wrong with your freeze dryer. I so far have only had good interactions with customer service, and so I can still talk very highly of Harvest Right. It sounds like they are going to try to take care of my situation and resolve my problem. As I maybe have mentioned before, I am not employed by Harvest Right or anything like that. I bought this freeze dryer out of our own pocket from a local store here near Anchorage, Alaska. So I am being treated just as a normal customer. I'm not like a Harvest Right employee or anything. All I do is make videos about freeze drying because it's what I love to do. So I'm gonna be able to give you my honest feedback on how this whole ordeal goes with replacing parts and fixing problems with your freeze dryer when having them. So tomorrow I will be able to do that phone call with the technician, try to figure out what the plan is and how to resolve and fix my freeze dryer. So since I'm not gonna be able to make freeze drying videos for who knows how long, I'm gonna just share with you guys some things that we do here around the house, maybe some cooking videos, maybe some more cooking with your freeze-dried food videos, maybe some more Ninja Creamy recipes, who knows? Maybe some sewing videos. I do love to sew, which I'm sure your freeze dryers are probably not that interested in, but you know, gotta have something to post because I don't wanna just not have any videos for a while because that would just be a bummer. Okay. So if you'll just bear with me, as soon as I get this issue sorted out, I will definitely update you guys here on the YouTube. And in the meantime, you might see some different types of videos come out from me. Who knows what it's gonna be. Anyway, if you have ever had an experience like this with your freeze dryer, can you let me know in the comments what they did to help fix it? Did they have to send you a new part to install on your freeze dryer? Were they able to just like give you some tips to try and your freeze dryer came back on without having to replace a part? I don't know. That would be the easiest option, but I'm not sure that that's gonna happen. Let me know if you've had anything similar happen. Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next freeze drying adventure, or who knows what adventure. Thanks for sticking along. I'll see y'all later. Bye.